if I use the keystroke or whatever, the comma and the period, you can see that the bridge is moving left to right, and all that is this section up at the top. If I control and test the movie, it'll show it in this little window a little bit better. And you can see that it looks like the train's moving, but actually the bridge is scooting across the side and it's looping. So right where it ends is probably where I'd want to start another scene, and in that time zoom out and have the train be traveling on the track from a farther distance away, just to show that without the bridge arching in front of it. So what this is just a simple layout. So I'll just duplicate it again. Here's the action script 3. Here's OK. First frame, first stage, that type of thing. And let's see if I can paste in. I had the train car first, and so I'll just set that off to the side. I'll go ahead and reduce it down a little bit. Position it so it's right on the frame there. That's good. Hit return. And just a good idea to name the layers. Command Tab, just go right back into Illustrator. This is the layer. I'll just hide it and bring back the bridge. I'll select everything that's on there and copy it. Go to Command Tab and just come right back. Here it is. Just paste this on here, and now I have the bridge graphic. Okay, so now you can kind of see where it's headed at least, but it's all in parts and pieces. So I didn't group it together prior, so it's just be aware that it's in separate sections to it. So I'll zoom out just so I can see everything. It looks like I might have missed a little bit coming in. I think I did. So let me back up just to get the correct pieces here. Zoom in here. So let's see if I did that. So I'm just trying to fix some of this. There we go. Okay. So let's do this again. I'll just copy it. Command Tab, bring it back into Animate. Paste it in. This is the selection. Right like that. So this graphic I'll just hide. So it just has these two layers. Right like so. So that's the piece. Just going to zoom in and bump it down just a little bit so that the wheels are on the track. And just a little bit, maybe touching it slightly tangent to it, like so. And again, I can grab all of this and I'll convert it into a symbol right away, so that way I can manipulate it here. Just go to Modify, Convert to a Symbol, just to show that. So I always change that. But I'll just scooch it down just a little bit with the Shift key held down. Try to get as much as I can. So right now it's on one frame, and I'm just going to highlight the 10th frame and insert a keyframe. So now it has exactly everything that's on there that's going to be on that image. And all I did was just go to the last frame and just Shift key this over. You can see I've captured a couple things in here. And come down there. So now if I use the comma, the first 9 frames have that. The 10th frame is when it jumps back. So all you have to do is right click inside the section of the frames between 1 and 10 and just create classic tween. It says this is going to be the mode. It turns purple with an arrow. So now when I use the arrow or comma or the period, it'll zoom right through the 10 frames of this animation. Hit return and it kind of shows it on the screen. Hit test. And there it is. So the only trouble is that it has the bridge shooting across it a couple of times. So once I go through it one time, I want to kind of stop it and maybe just have it have the embankment showing across that. It is going kind of quick, so I can always highlight these two frames. Oops, don't move them. And just stretch them out a little bit. Slows the animation down. Little sound effects, and it comes in there. Now if I put a background in there, the only trouble that I have is that I didn't initially change those pieces, even if I just change the color, the property of this part. So you can see that the colors show up, but the highlights of the bridge are white. So that's what I mean, is that you have to anticipate your animation if you're building pieces in Illustrator or Photoshop to try to bring those ahead of time, knowing that that's going to take place. So I'm going to take a moment and go back in and modify my animation, but at least I have that section. And things, again, as they move closer to you, are moving at a much faster pace than if they're in a distance. So it's just some of the pieces that come up. So there you go. So that's one option that you can adjust to.